Hi, and welcome to another Seeker Entourage Academy episode. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Eric Siu of Single Grain, a very intelligent marketing agency that we're going to learn everything about. And he's also the founder of GrowthEverywhere.com, a very intuitive blog and podcast about marketing. So we really are very blessed to have a marketing expert with us today that's going to drive us and tell us all about how he's become a very successful seven-figure entrepreneur, as well as tell us a little bit about what we can do to improve our marketing skills. So welcome to the show, Eric. I appreciate you being on.
Thanks for having me.
So, let's kind of get to the core of how your journey began first for people so that we can understand about your background and your education level and everything else. Can you give us a brief rundown?
Yeah. So I think me growing up, it was very. I think I grew up in a middle class area. Now it's people that live in the LA area. It's Pasadena, which is like right next to or I live in Arcadia, which is right next to Pasadena, where that's where I grew up in, and fairly big. It's like a ton of Asian people that live there now, and it's been growing ever since. So I've been fairly blessed to not really have any issues growing up. Fairly lucky childhood, and yeah, I mean from there, I've always. I guess growing up, what kind of got me into this whole entrepreneurship game is, I used to play a ton of games, right? So, computer games and all that. And, I played a lot of poker in college too. So, whatever I was interested in, I always, ended up excelling at, but I was never really interested in school. I did okay in school, but I just kind of got by in school. And I just never really had any interest, even in college. Like I never really went to class, right? So from that competitive spirit, really kind of carried over to the entrepreneurial side. Growing up in Arcadia, I've always had like a really close group of friends. I've been fortunate that they're all their parents are all kind of affluent as well. So always kind of looked up at them. And me being middle class, I'm always like, I kind of want to be like, I kind of want to be rich, right? I want to strike it rich. But then, as you get older, when you kind of start to quote unquote make it, you realize it's not really about making money anymore. It's about, after winning, it's about kind of giving back to the community, which is what I'm trying to start to do now, which is kind of why I'm on this show. So, not sure if that answers the question or not, but let me know if I need to go into more depth.
No, it really does. And I think you actually brought up some good points. So before we kind of talk about entrepreneurship and single grain, let's talk a little bit about education. I mean, it seemed like it wasn't something for you, and it's not for everybody, but it didn't hold you back from succeeding. So what do you attribute your success to since it wasn't education? Was there a different type of education that ultimately you followed through?
Yeah, I think the ultimate education. I mean, so I can tie that back into games, right? When I played before World of Warcraft, there was this game called EverQuest, and that was like World of Warcraft before World of Warcraft. And I put a lot of time into that, right? It sounds super nerdy, and I actually study a lot. I like